day it's all gonna be about why. Why do you believe in some bullshit that you know is bullshit because it was already showed to you that it's bullshit? Because answer the question for yourself. What did you really get from understanding to understanding to understanding religion? If you can't explain to yourself, I say it again, if you can't explain to yourself who God is, you are laying on the beliefs of something someone else told you as a kid. And that's the truth. It is what it is. We are all believing in what we was taught to believe in. And when you sit there and you think about it, we was taught to believe in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy. Do you want to know the reasons why they banning my videos out of certain countries and muting my videos and putting copyrights on my videos? All because the truth is the truth, period. Fuck all the bullshit. And I can give you 4 periods of your life. I can give you 4 words beginning with L, ending with E that sums up your life in 4 stages. And I can give you 1 word, 4 letters that sums it up, how we all came to be here. And it happens to be the creator of everything. Original name before man changed it to what the fuck he wanted it to be. Because he realized that the woman is the only conscious thinking human on this planet. Meaning, man is nothing but a donator to that one divine creator. That woman take the dick, literally, for the seed to be planted inside of her. What the fuck we thinking that there's some God in the sky for? When all that is real is in each and every one of us at the exact same time. It's bullshit, people. We've been bullshitted, people. And we're gonna keep getting bullshitted as long as we keep being treated like sheeple, people. Until we realize that the truth is within inside. That's the only reason why we're alive. It's because the Creator loves you unconditionally. You stop willing towards the Creator's one way love to not hate when you start to hating. It is what it is. And we got some real haters, people. We got some real haters that hate on us being the people. On the real. Wrong control. Rock and roll. Like I say again, truth is the truth. Fuck all the bullshit. And the bullshit that I'm going through, right now I got a smart tab that hasn't been acting smart at all. And I bought this tab from Walmart the same time I bought a PlayStation 4. Now, I brought the PlayStation 4, well, I was supposed to bring the PlayStation 4 back to Walmart because of it was acting up. But then I got the damn PlayStation to work. And then I was happy about that. So when I realized that I was too fucking happy that I had fixed a PlayStation that I had spent so much money from Walmart, to the point where I was taking that PlayStation back to Walmart. But I was actually leery about taking it back to Walmart because of the way that I was treated when I took the first PlayStation that was a malfunction back to Walmart. So I say to you, what do you do when you realize that you was agitated by a place where you was gonna spend your money at, and you were leery about taking something back that didn't work because you didn't want to go through what they put you through because you would bring something back that you paid for? I said, fuck that shit. I said, I'm about to make a fucking documentary about Walmart's bullshit. So I did a documentary about how much Walmart is racist on their return policies and on people in wheelchairs when they come into their stores to shop. How they follow them down around in the fucking security, follow them around while they ride in the wheelchair, while they shopping. This bullshit. So I was doing a documentary about the bullshit, and I was put in jail for the bullshit. And now I'm fighting the bullshit, but now I'm seeing all the bullshit that goes with the system of the bullshit being Walmart. Now I see that Walmart is tied with the government and all the motherfucking systems that's all wrong. Because of the fucking food in Walmart is all wrong. It ain't food. It's all HMOs bullshit. Shit that can kill you. I'm just trying to tell you. The truth is just that, the truth. So my whole thing is, what the fuck are we gonna do as the motherfucking people who make the world go round? We're allowing certain motherfuckers to lay up there and put us in the motherfucking ground like we don't fucking matter. My channel is the truth period. Fuck all the bullshit, people. We are the bullshit after the first two people. The first two loving people. So what are we gonna do? Cause I tell you, so you can know for you what the truth is within you. Slavery is happening now. The Holocaust did happen. Hiroshima did happen. September 11 did happen. And you don't think that this shit can happen again? If we ain't telling the truth, it's our government that's doing every fucked up thing to each and every one of you. It's a certain amount of motherfuckers that rule our fucking government with an iron fucking fist on the motherfucking people that's supposed to be about all the shit. Because everything's supposed to be about the people, for the people. Said by the fucking people. We the ones that make the motherfucking world go round. So come on, smart ass, supposed to be conscious ass, supposed to be thinking ass, supposed to be fucking people. That's the reason why everything is fucked up now. Y'all turned the creator's original name from love into just fucking plain old fucking having fucking sex. The creator's name is respected. Why you think that you ain't supposed to say the creator's name in vain? Because you ain't supposed to tell somebody you love them and you don't feel the same. Because when they find out that you lied to them, you could change the whole fucking world to them want not to be in this one. We ain't got no time to play no more, people. We gotta wake out of the motherfucking trance being the sheeple and start being the real people that make this motherfucking wheel go the fuck round. Or they're gonna lay us in the ground, just like in the Holocaust. Because if you notice, slavery, they killed us off by droves, and they ain't saying nothing about it. It's a lot of things that's not being showed what happened. Don't doubt it. So when you look at that, and you look at now, what they did to their own kind, now they done did to basically each and every kind of human living here. They done enslaved every nationality on this planet. They done lived there and improved every animal that they can grab hold to and put it in a zoo, so they was enslaved too. So look at it. The truth is just that, the truth. We gotta stop bullshitting with ourselves and start telling the motherfucking truth. I'm tired of the bullshit. How about you? When you look at, if I did fucking vote, what the fuck would I vote the fuck for? If I got two of the worst evils to vote for and not a better person in the middle. What the fuck? So how do we, the people, not see the stupidity of us being taught to be stupid? Think about it, people. Why is it your birthday when you was just born? An empty glass waiting for some truth. You didn't do shit to deserve a day. Your mama created you from the divine creator within inside of her. We were just taught to get on our knees and say, "Our Father who art in heaven." That bullshit. I can go all the way back to the part where you look at God and Adam walked in the Garden of Eve, and Adam told God that he was lonely. What the fuck? Think about the Creator. Adam wouldn't have to ask the Creator for shit, because the Creator would already know what Adam needs before Adam could ask for it. That's some man-made up bullshit to take all the glory away from the only creator here conscious thinking on earth. The woman. The better half of the fucking man. Let me tell you something, men. We was created to be nothing but a conscious thinking worker bee for the queen bee to be here. To make sure that that queen bee have everything that she needs to remain here. And be that sacrifice for that queen bee if need be for her here. Because life will be created and go on. How you think the other planets became dead? We killed them. Bro, I gotta let that invite you to. I gotta let them invite you. So like I was saying, before I got on there with that asshole, I just want to show him that he can go. I don't have to deal with no stupid folks. Especially when I know I ain't stupid no more. Especially when I know what the truth is. You was taught to be stupid. That's why you do stupid shit. See what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. The stupidity of people playing a game. The game says M for mature. How mature was that? That was just kid-like, as a kid shouldn't be on this shit. This game should be for people that could pay for the game themselves. See? Like I said, you can hear the kid being on my show. The truth is the truth, period. Fuck all the bullshit. That's the bullshit I talk about. That's the kids that shouldn't be on this shit, because their minds is too fucking small to understand, to overstand, to understand exactly what this game is doing to them. Yeah, I like that one. How smart are you? Okay, show me how smart are you. Why are you doing what the gang say do? Why are you doing what the gang say do? Why are you doing what the gang say do? Why are you doing what the gang say do? See, you are a little kid that shouldn't be on the game because you don't have no respect for your adults. That's why I say you shouldn't be on this game, man. Now he gone. Hey, I'm screaming for a reason though. Because if the lights go off, because if the lights go off and this game go off and we all stuck on our own, all we got is each other, man. Am I right or wrong? See, because like I said to anybody on this game, man, this game is for us, older people. People that understand, understand that it's just a game. But having the kids on this game and then acting with them, not like they own this game, is that making you a responsible adult, bro? Okay, tell me how it makes you a responsible adult when you ain't telling the kids nothing about being on here. Huh? I'm just talking about the truth, dog. But all I'm saying is, for you not to say nothing to a kid that you playing with, that kid that you playing with is supposed to be our future. Our future is looking grim if our future's on this game when it ain't supposed to be on this game. This game should be only for people that can live there and afford to buy the game themselves, can afford to get the internet themselves, because then they're responsible adults being on this game. And then you'll realize that M for mature means exactly what it says. Because all y'all, all of us on here, was doing nothing but being puppets. That's how I was too at the beginning. Because when I say that all you're doing is being puppets, when that game say go backwards, you go backwards. When it say fly upside down, you fly upside down. When it say go get headshots, you go get headshots. But think about it. Is that something that you really want to do? Play it like they telling you. Don't play it like they telling you. Why can't you play it different than what they telling you? See? Okay, answer this question for yourself. Not for me, for yourself. Why do you like killing in the game so much? I said, why do you like killing in the game so much? Hey, bro, I can understand, understand. I can get that. But if you don't have no real reason why, because you were just bored, anybody could be bored. But why do you like killing in the game so much to say that that's your pastime because you're bored? You don't know. And if you don't know why you're doing something, don't that make you stupid? Huh? You playing the game right now. You playing the game to rank up on what? On the misery of you fucking over somebody else lower than you? Huh? You playing the game right now. Oh, but that's what I'm saying. How I play the game is how I play the game. I don't shoot people with names over their head. I know you do. Because you play the game like you won't play the game. I don't play the game like the game tell me to play the game. See, because you see it for exactly what it is, a game, right? Right? I said you see it for exactly what it is, a game, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know it was a game, whatever I got it, because it's a game.
Okay, so like I said again, if you play it for just because it's just a game, why play the game exactly how it's telling you to play the game? So it's programming you.
Play the game how it's telling you to play the game. You play the game however you want to play the game, which is, I guess that's the correct way to play the game.
Okay, so you play the game just to kill people because you're bored, right?
Well, I play the game just to fucking play the game.
All right, you being stupid on your own. But like I said, we was all taught to be stupid. But the truth is the truth.
Man, ain't nobody, dog.
I can't tell, dog. I asked you a simple question. All you doing is running around in circles.
People just make stupid decisions.
Oh, now we talking good, boy. I'll wait for the truth to come out you, because one thing about a stupid decision.
But this is just a game, son.
But like you said, it's just a game. But when you look at it, do the game or not give you some kind of vibration to let you know that you're playing it?
I mean, no, it's a game.
I say it again. Do the game or not give you a vibration to let you know that you're playing a game?
I mean, the controller.
All right then, case closed. Case closed. Case closed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, let me explain to you so you can understand, understand, so you can get what I'm talking about. The controller gives you a vibration to throw your heart rhythm off to be in the mindset of being violent.
What's your name, dog? Where you from?
Cold day for you, and I'm from NO. I've been here in Houston, Texas since Katrina, and now I done survived Harvey, living in the middle of where it flooded at, knowing that nothing was gonna happen to me. That's why I didn't leave when everybody else left. Like I just said. If it did, like I said again, if that's the case, why am I the only one being protected in it? All right then. All I'm letting you know is I've been to Florida too, partner. I wish it was like that, man. I wish it was like that. I said I wish it was just that simple. I ain't been in a while, man. I got a ranch in St. Francisville, Baton Rouge, partner. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You consider yourself smart, huh? You heard me?
What it do?
I said you consider yourself smart, cause I can't read or write that well.
Wait, so you can't, you're not smart?
Like I said again, I'm wise. I can't read or write, but the things that I can explain to you will make more sense than what you was taught to believe in.
I mean, I'm pretty wise myself. I'm
Okay, answer this question for yourself. Why is it your birthday when you was just born? Why is it your birthday when you was just born? You didn't do nothing to deserve a day. I'll break it down for you. Who put in all the work for you to come to this world? Your dad ain't do nothing but shoot. Your dad ain't do nothing but shoot off. Huh? How you can't? Why not? Why not just let them alone? Why I said why not just let them alone? Think about it. They try to do reverse psychology on you. Huh? It'll be Jay Northland on this PlayStation. What's your gamer tag? What's your gamer? Just tell me what your gamer tag is. I just told you, Jay Northland, man. I was asking you what your gamer tag is because I was invited to the bunker.
Oh, sorry. Man, I'll just be blazing.
I know I be blazing too because that's the best thing to medicate with. Even though it ain't medication, it comes straight from the earth, part of us. You see, there you good way of thinking because when you look at it, that's basically what everything been did, classified as what somebody else wanted to be. Keep going. Jay 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 Northland. Yeah, Jay Northland. I hear you talking, but I don't see the thing moving either. You might you might not even be in the session I'm in. And who are you? Okay, you rank 250. Oh, I know who you are. I'm saying like. All right. You see where they say cruise, right? You don't see where they say cruise? All right. What's the name of your crew? Now, since you don't see me nowhere on the board. I'm about to see if you're in this lobby here, you're gonna see my other character when he pop up in here because he gonna. You ain't got to worry about what his name is. You're gonna see it because when he pop up in here, when my other character pop up in here, just the rank gonna let you know. Cause it's gonna be a high rank gonna come in here. And I just told you what my name was. A cold day for you, right or wrong. And I just told you my name was a cold day for you, right or wrong.
I'm looking right out into the ocean here.
Which window? Are you like over at the far right?
Yeah, I'm right above you, or below you, excuse me, by my map. Let's get my map.
Man, you ain't flying. You ain't gonna get to fly no plane and make no 200 and no $220,000, dog. You ain't get no easy. You ain't get no easy task like that and make all the money, partner. Don't rock like that. I don't care if it is your height. We ain't giving you no easy. I don't want no more money. I want I can get to 60,000. You just ain't gonna get no easy test like that, partner. That's using everybody, man. Only way you gonna be the pilot, bro, is if you put the money at even. Cause if one die, we all die. I don't want more money. It don't matter I'm a 700 rank. I don't want more money. Make it even. Either make it even, everybody make the same amount of money, or you end up being. There we go. There we, there we go. There we go. I don't need no more money. You give him the money. I don't need no money. I don't want the money. Long as I'm the pilot. I don't want no money. Get the money to whoever. I'm just here to help y'all, man. I'm just here to help y'all. I'm just here to help y'all finish the mission, bro. But you can't be, y'all gotta stop all this beating people, man. The game always got you going to be one-on-one all the time. Whoever driving this helicopter, you can go help on the prison break. I can keep that jet distracted. You'll never shoot me down. Wow. That's when you got two faces, you can do that type of shit. Bills will do anything great.
We've paid them off at LSIA. They'll open the gate and let you on the runways.
He bought and brought a motorcycle into the store.
No, don't shoot. Take what you want. Hold on, please. I'm emptying it. Oh, thank you. The cops.
This is ICU News. Weasel News. Weasel News. Making news on Grand Theft Auto. Getting off on this channel. Man, that wasn't so. Control everything and say low. Good thing I got other controllers ready to go. All because I'm always broadcasting, making my own movies. Talking about how well we was taught to be stupid. And gave us her birthday the consolation prize. And because of the fact that you wasn't born to your mom or dad, you wasn't even born to you. You were born to the United States of America Corporation. You ain't nothing but product of them. You were given a social security card and a birth certificate for you. A card and a piece of paper. You work more dead than alive. Ain't that crazy? You work more dead than alive. That's some bullshit.
You fuckhead!
We got a problem. Air traffic's red flagged the plane and they're scrambling jets. Pilot, if they try to shoot you down, run evasive maneuvers. Stay strong up there. You need to hold off those jets until the ground team get Reshkovsky out of the facility.
Ground team. Dude in the helicopter. You can go help the ground team. I can stay in the Eldridge jet. Your jet can't fuck with me. I'm a bad man. Come on, jet. I be making that bad boy fly into the mountains and shit. Come on, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Come on, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Yeah, it's me and you, get it, get it, get it. Try to say I'll make it turn. I'll make that turn. Make that turn. I want you to do it. Gotcha, get it, get it. Gotcha, get it, get it. Gotcha, get it, get it. Gotcha. Gotcha. See, that's how the dude supposed to get it. And make it where you can go that jet up. Keep that jet slow down. The other dude, he running from the jet and shit. The jet. I'm trying to catch up with the jet. I can't catch up with no jet, no motherfucking real plane like this. You supposed to make that motherfucker slow down. Make that jet slow down. That boy can get that boy. See, that's how you need to slow down.
farther now. You don't want to hit it right going down. Go faster. Well, I got it. You go a little further. Slow him down. Slow him down a little. Now he slow down. Get it. Yeah, knock him out. Knock him out the box, Rick. 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 Now come on, let's go back and help him in that prison. You got him. You got him. You got him. I'm going to the prison.
We need to do this fast, people.
Uh-oh. Get him. Get him. Going slow. Get him. Uh-oh. Yeah, you about to get me. I get behind him. I want you to hang up on these people in this prison. I got that. Almost like that. Someone had this pecan scenery. I'm gonna flip on it. Someone just pecan scenery. There you go. There you go. There you go. Go in that prison. Shoot some of them planes. Shoot some of them people in that prison. Go in that prison. Out. Here I come. Here I come to save the day. Oh, y'all still in the prison. Why that train hit me? That thing was just up under me. Oh, this computer knows some bullshit. gonna take a long time in that prison. I ran into the plane. Ain't that a bitch? I fucked up. Y'all gotta get some vessels. Put y'all some vessels. Put y'all some vessels. We'll be back in this again. That's what I'll send y'all some requests for submission where you make 42,240.
There we are, all yours.
You motherfucking asshole!
No. No sevens.
Got a bit of
I'm bad on controlling.
See him over there!
Ain't gonna work, y'all. It's not gonna work. I'll be the prison guard if you put everybody equal. If everybody's not equal, you're not gonna be the pilot. Pilot don't do shit.
You know brains. Get out! The first place you want the suspect.
Come on, man. Bro, if you're gonna shortchange me, you're not gonna put me what you want me to be. Only way you're gonna do this is if everybody get the equal share of the money. You're not gonna be the pilot, dog. You're not gonna be the pilot. You are not gonna make $220,000 for flying no airplane, partner. I'm not gonna let you fuck over everybody like that. You're not using us like that, man. If one died, we all died, so the fucking pot should be split equally. It is what it is. Bro, you're not gonna be no pilot. If anything, let the dude be the pilot, the seven. The easy thing is for somebody to be the pilot, man. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, bro. I guess you're doing like that because you might luck up and when they put these tight ass pants on me. I don't like about this fucking game. Fucking gay clothes in the game. Putting it on men.
Here we go. Okay, you're splitting into two teams. Transporter, officer, you're the ground team. To start with, you'll collect our bus from the junkyard at Sandy Shores. Demolitions, you're the perimeter team. You'll be hijacking the inbound Bolingbroke transport. The pilot's going to LSIA. Me, I'm gonna put up some smoke in a nice crowded public place. We've given everyone an AP pistol got a problem. Air traffic's red flag the plane and they're scrambling jets. Pilot, if they try to shoot you down, run evasive maneuvers. Stay strong up there. You need to hold up those jets until the ground team get Rishkovsky out of the facility.
Oh shit.
When you come up on the airfield, take the bus around the back of the building and torch it.
I did already. Both of them did. white people? Why are we allowing a certain amount of rich motherfuckers to rule us like cattle? So yo, even though I got caught, that I can kill a lot of people now. If you're not a killer, why be one? Most of y'all won't be a killer in the game. But I say just like Denzel Washington said in Training Day. Killing humans, it's not like stepping on ants. I say right now, I know where I'm at. Call me where to deal with y'all. As long as she getting that call.
Hello, you're through to Merryweather Security Consulting. What can I do for you? Helicopter support unit will be with you right away.
The cavalry has arrived.
Kill him.
Our job here is done. Moving out.
Axel. You won't regret it. Well, not perfect, but it will do for now. Perfection is a cruel mistress.
See how much you get paid when you take your time. So we're gonna share this shit with you right now.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. So now I put out a while ago a DVD on the Moors talking about the history of the Moors and what the Moors are and basically what the origin of Moors is. It's a lot of misunderstanding about the Moors that I broke down in the video, but a lot of people are still on the fence. A lot of people still have questions about the Moors and really understanding who these people really are. Now the thing is, you need to understand, one, a Moor means black. That's just get that out the way. Moor means black. Moor is basically who the Greeks were referring to when they were speaking about a learned or educated black person. If you were a Moor, you was a sophisticated black person, you was an educated person, you were separate to them from the rest of the Africans, and that's just basically how they described it. You need to understand that you have the Moors that existed before the trade, and you have the other Moors who are basically trying to represent for the power they lost when they was basically double-crossed by the colonists, which would be the so-called Islamic Moors. You need to understand what took place with all that. So we're going to go into this because people need to understand what these people are and what took place. So again, as I talked about in the DVD, you had the Moors basically join with the Muslims and go ahead and help the Muslims basically conquer African territories and enslave Africans. This is a proven fact. You had later with Leopold and with other European conquerors, the Moors joined these people and helped in the genocide and mass murder of African people. We know about that. We know that you had the Moors go into Morocco. You had the Moors go into Spain via Morocco, cross the Straits of Gibraltar into the Iberian Peninsula, and basically conquer into Spain and enslave those people. So you have a history of the Moors that is vast, that is long, and the main part of it begins with Islam. Before that, it's just not so much information you're going to find as far as the fact that the Moors were teaching. And as I said in the video, when you have people talking about Europeans going into Africa to learn, they wasn't just going into Egypt. They was going into other parts of Northern Africa, mainly from Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, where you had Romans in Libya, and it was learning from the Moors, which, as I said, were learned Africans. So let's just get that history out the way. You had at some point when Islam was coming about, something happened to where a group of Moors basically joined with these people. Now, this is a part of the history that a lot of them don't talk about, but you have, when you go and look up more, you have it pertaining to Islam, when it's just not so. It was Moors that existed before Islam. And I doubt that any Moor would say that they do not predate Islam as far as when we have the Quran coming into play. I doubt they would admit that. So we can just put that on the table. So you have, once the colonies was being set up in America, you have Morocco first acknowledging the colonies, or acknowledging America as being, a sovereign, country. You have the Treaty of Peace and Friendship between Morocco and these people in America. And this is what a lot of the Moors speak to. So understand one. While you were enslaved, while Africans was enslaved, while we was being raped, tortured, and beaten, you had the Moors walking around as these intelligent people who basically, was free and allowed it to happen. See, a lot of people get caught up in how smart some of these people seem to be, but you're not paying attention to exactly what they're saying. So they'll claim, well, we wrote the Constitution. They stole it from us. Okay? We did all this and all that and everything we did with these people, and they stole. We was in America first and blah, blah, blah. What the hell were you doing while we was enslaved? So while we was enslaved and in chains, these people was mingling with the slave owners. It was the Moors who taught these people how to build. It was the Moors who taught these people how to lay out Washington, D.C. and more. Laid out Washington, D.C. And the Moors taught them how to build Capitol building and White House and everything else. It was the Moors that taught all this stuff. The Moors taught them so much information, gave them so much information, wrote the Constitution according to them, and put so many things in place as far as the powers or the let's just say how America was going to be run by these Europeans. The Moors claimed fame as how they set all this stuff up. And what I want people to understand is to step back and don't fall for how smart some of these people may seem and what they are saying. You need to look past all that and understand that how can you sit there and say that you was in America before these people and that you taught them all this stuff, and during this time you teaching and you're doing everything that you're doing, that you're claiming, but we was enslaved. The rest of the black people was enslaved. And you see some pictures out there where even some of the human zoos, you had Moors there. When you see these black people, you see that fez, these are Moors, plain and simple. So it wasn't no slaves walking around the plantation with no damn fez on or with no damn turban on. These were Moors. These were the traders. These were the people who basically gave them information to help them enslave us. Now what happened was they were supposed to get whatever they were supposed to get, and they got double-crossed by these colonists, by these Europeans, and they mad about it. So this is what all this stuff is about today. They're walking around saying they did this and they did that, but all it is Moors trying to get you to join their side and say you are a Moor. How come we wasn't Moors when we was enslaved? They want to say, no, you're a Moor. You're a Moor. We wasn't Moors when we was enslaved. I wasn't screaming that shit when we was in slavery that all these black people were Moors, you gotta set them free. No, it was too busy trying to cut a fucking deal.
Hello?
I was too busy trying to cut a deal. We wasn't Moors when we was in bondage and being hung, and y'all was out eating lobster and shrimp or what have you, and dining with these fucking white folks and living like kings while we was in bondage. But they want you to say, or to believe that you was a Moor just like they is, and you got some kind of stake or claim to America. All you got to do is follow these rules and do these certain things with the legal system, and America just going to accept you as one of the elite or some shit. Come on. Now the Moors got a lot of information about, how to appear in court, what the whole court system is about, how to address the judge and what to say or what have you, and all that stuff is all well and good. But any real conscious person is not trying to, deal with this system at all, in any kind of capacity. And being conscious is not about trying to conform to this system that has basically been destroying us, or how to get rid of the system altogether. That is our ultimate goal, not to just, say that I'm a Moor and try to conform and fit the system. That's a system that's, crooked. If they want to accept it, they'll accept it. All the stuff that you kicking and saying in court, if they want to take it, they'll take it and say, well, it's the law. What moral code or what kind of code is going to bond them to accepting everything that you say when these people have stolen their position? So they're obviously thieves and they have no honor. So why would we expect them to just follow, what we're saying because we said it some type of way in court? That shit don't make sense. It sound all well and good until you in that position, and then, they might let you out that courtroom, but you don't know what's going to happen after that. When you too smart, you might tell somebody, and they might be worried about that. Now, next thing you know, you're dead, you shot, or some kind of accident happened because you was in the courtroom saying too many smart things. Not saying that to deter people from going there to defend themselves, but you got to realize that this is something that they are not going to let everybody do.
To lie when
I don't care how well you speak, they're not going to allow us to basically, render their entire court system law because we learned some shit from the Moors. It's not going to work like that. So you got to take that into consideration. But to understand also that these people want you to basically take their side, and they're whining and boo-hooing about how they got double-crossed. Because that's basically what it comes down to. Whatever deal that they struck with the white man, whatever they was going to get, whatever they were supposed to get for teaching them all this information and so-called writing the Constitution and all this other stuff that they did, they got double-crossed, they got screwed out of, and now they bitter, they pissed off. So I talked about before, one, how when you look at the inner understanding of the Moors, how it goes back to Islam, and how we can look at the Shriners, which is a part of Freemasonry, and how it goes back to Islam, both wearing the fez, and how we can look at the KKK and how it translates into Islam. What the hell is going on? As I said, these people walking around with these fez on, these white men, ain't wearing this fez that says Islam because they are Muslims. This stuff is deeper. These people are a part of an old order that have existed for hundreds of years. They have basically taken over, and that's what this stuff is about. Now, you have some Moors with the knowledge who understand what this stuff is about, and to them, Islam don't mean Islam. This stuff don't mean what the average, religious Muslim believer believe to them, because they know what the hidden stuff is. They know what the hidden meaning is. So when you see these people with these feathers on that says Islam, to them, it means I, self, law, and master. We could say it means Isis, Ra, El, but everybody got different interpretations for it. To them, it means I, self, law, and master. To them, it means all law, not Allah. All law. They're always talking about the legal system. All law. What is law? What are we talking about? This goes back to just the cosmic law of attraction, the law of the universe, the law of math, the law of physics, and what all this stuff really digs into when you get into the Bible, the Torah, the Quran deeply. This is what it's all speaking to. This is what it's speaking to. They use this information to put themselves in a position that they are in. So basically what you have in Islam is the codes of what they use to build, to understand about science, about physics, about astronomy, and what have you, all coded in these books, which is why, as I said before, when you go into every Masonic lodge, you're going to find a Quran, a Torah, a Bible, because all this stuff is hidden in there. So when you see these so-called, Moors and these Shriners walking around with those feathers on, this is what they really speak to. They ain't praising no damn Allah as being a god. Deep down in the inner core, they know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. And for you Moors, wannabe Moors, who think that you're just going to jump onto the Moor bandwagon and be with the Moors, and you're a damn Mason, you're part of the KKK. Plain and simple, because they're all in cahoots. All this stuff goes back to each other. All this stuff is all blended into one big secret society that's running all this shit. And it all goes back to the people who basically took control of America, took it over, and are now in power. So the Moors want you to refer back to the Treaty of Peace and Friendship with America and Morocco, and claim, yourself as a Moor and not as being black or what have you, or white. And this is why they get into the whole black-white thing, because it deals with legal terms, the legal ramifications of saying that you're black or white. The point is, it doesn't fix our situation. It fixed a situation for you personally. And if you want to feel, all good and say that you're a Moor and feel like you got some kind of knowledge that you're smart, what is that? You are basically conforming to the white man's law. That's all you're doing. You're not liberating your people. You're not helping your people. They want to grow their numbers and try to get you to join them, but you need to understand that in essence, all you are doing is conforming to the white man's law. Plain and simple. And then you're going to sit in some group or some secret society and act like you're smarter than everybody else, while everybody else is being shot and killed in the streets and starving in fucking poverty. But you want to walk around with a damn fez on your head and act like you're better than people because you conform to the white man's law. Come on. So I had a Moor send me an email with a video about all these movies talking about referring to Moors. It was a video and so many different movies like Robin Hood and I think it was Black Knight with Martin and a bunch of other movies just referring to black people as Moors. And nobody is debating the existence of Moors in ancient times. Of course, I talked about that. Of course they existed. Of course they civilized the world. They civilized the Dark Ages, I should say. And they gave knowledge to the Europeans. Nobody is doubting that. But I look deeper at the situation. First of all, when I go back and look, who are these Moors? Where did they get this knowledge from? We know a lot of people had knowledge and a lot of people was teaching in northern Egypt and northern Africa, but most of these people was going into Egypt and getting their knowledge and getting their information, which so many scholars attest to. So as I said in the video, we can't sit back and just say Kemet, and point to the Greeks and the Romans who admit going into Kemet and learning. We got to remember that this is still Africa. It's North Africa. So of course Africans was going in there and getting information long before Europeans. So they were smart as well. But it goes back to Kemet.
Hello, you're through to Merriweather Security Consulting.
You'll see,
what can I do for you?
one, that when you go there and you just understand how the civilization was and you think about how it fell, to me, they was double crossed. Somebody let the cat out the bag. Somebody gave the Europeans some kind of information that led to the downfall of Kemet. And to me, it was these damn Moors. Plain and simple. Because they got out of there with some knowledge and they ran with it. And they was able to do what they did because they had this information that somehow, the rest of the smart, prominent Africans who were kings and had territories and everything else, somehow they all were wiped out. As I talked about the kingdoms in Africa that's gone, that was laid to rubble, and the people in the kingdoms was enslaved or killed. Somehow the Moors dodged all that shit, dodged slavery and everything else. While all the other smart people or so-called Moors was falling, these specific Moors seemed to survive it, get with Islam, and basically aid in the destruction and genocide of African people. And then they, we come to America in chains. They somehow come in fezzes and everything cool, and they smart, and they getting along and working with these white folks while we in chains. Are you kidding me? We don't have to debate about this. I don't understand. To me, this is just an easy one. What happened? And if you don't look and do the research, you're not going to figure it out. Too many people are just caught up in the knowledge and thinking that these people are smart.
I stopped right there to start this here because they want to say copyright bullshit. Like I'm laying up there and getting paid off for telling some bullshit, when really I'm putting some real shit together to make it strong shit. You dig? And it is what it is when you look at truth to the truth. We've been lied to and bullshitted all at the same time. Because there is nothing outside of us more than the divine. being inside of us at all times. Each and every one of us individually at the same time. There is no God in no goddamn heaven in the fucking sky. That's part of the bullshit that we was taught to believe in with Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the tooth fucking fairies. Shit. It's time to wake the fuck up, people, from this fucking illusion that these rich sons of bitches controlled on us. For us not to know the truth is within us to have the fucking power from the divine creator. Bunch of bullshit, boy.
You're my favorite kind of customer. The silent type. What a beautiful view. It's a lie! These things rarely crash. I've only crashed twice. Almost there. Get ready to exit the helicopter. Here we are.
Okay, Banning Docks, South LS. Enemy agents have a stockpile of hardware. We want to get it out of their hands and into yours.
The
So go to work.
system that we live in. We live in a system,
Be the way to go about
and
it.
there are people who are very powerful in this world who actually have think tanks that get
What are you
together regularly
doing?
on a regular basis, and they basically manufacture this society that we live in. It's a system, and this, what we live
I
in,
thought I needed therapy.
with all the stuff that you see, wars, famines, corruption, that's basically the end result of these think tanks that get together and produce this society that we live in. All right, so we look around us and we know that there's something wrong. Because your neighbour next door is a nice person, your family are nice, people you work with are nice. People want to have a nice society where we can live in peace and just live and be free of wars. So you think, well, where's it coming from? Where is this constant tribulation that we have to go through? Now think 500 years back. If you think we haven't got it so bad, well, these days, 500 years ago, the Catholic Church, this is a depiction of some of the chambers of torture in the Inquisition. Now, you guys could easily be classed heretics and you could have been led to the Inquisition. So, just think back to those days, the Inquisition and the Crusades and all the Dark Ages, and how much our brothers suffered, mankind suffered. And we see now that we know things are really gone pear-shaped. What's the origin of it? Well, I'm
You
going
know
to
what you
expose
say,
it.
mankind.
Expose
You
it
say
with a little
fucking
bit of
people.
history.
Fuck, putting man first.
The Catholic Church, the
Man
Roman
isn't first.
cult,
The creator first.
has been very, very,
Creator
very
of
busy
the man is
in the
first.
last couple of thousand years.
So it wouldn't be mankind.
Starting with
It'd be people.
the Julian
Creation.
dynasty, then the Flavian dynasty,
The greatest
then
creations of all.
Antons,
Conscious thinking
and
humans.
Antony's.
Living here together.
Um,
Bunch of bullshit.
we had the empire. Rome was a republic, became an empire. Just like that, overnight. They killed Julius Caesar, bang, Augustus. It's an empire. This empire is our enemy, as you will see, because it has morphed as it's gone through the ages with the backing of the Roman cult and the very, very dark priesthood, who through their sorcery and evil and their papal bulls, they seal those papal bulls, they put a spell on them, they put them in their vaults, and what is written on those papal bulls goes. Why? Well, because they're sorcerers. And because when you make a claim of right, which in law means, hey, these are mine, I'm claiming them. Well, I've got the highest claim of right because they're in my hands. I brought them here. The evidence is there. So they're mine. What the Catholic Church did in 1302, very, 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 very powerful date in history. Pope Boniface VIII very similar to my name, by the way. My name is Bonacci, and that is, bon means good. Now get this right. Face means to do in Latin. Do-gooder. This guy was a contemporary of Dante Alighieri. Dante Alighieri, who wrote Paradise, someone help me, the Divine Comedy. He condemned this guy to the bottommost parts of hell for how wicked Pope Boniface is, and you're going to see. There's his tombstone. You see the crown? It's a double crown. Put that on because King Philip in France had a crown, and Prince Philip was a nasty, nasty guy. He's the one who in 1307, get these dates, they destroyed the Knights Templar. They had to, because they were rivals. And they were doing things the right way, the original Knights Templar. That's when Philip and Clement, the Pope, after Boniface, they had Jacques de Molay in prison for 7 years. They smashed every bone in his body. They blinded him with hot irons, roasted his testicles in oil. They did everything to that man with their little devices. This is the sort of devices that the Roman cult has used for a long, long time.
And now
They're still using them in a spiritual sense.
When you look
in the
at
courts.
sword,
I'm going to show you this. The courts
yeah,
are run by these people. Everything that
bullshit.
happens in court is ecclesiastical.
Fucking machines they use on there let you know something.
I know a few of you know this, so it's not a surprise, but some of you may not. But what I'm teaching tonight, I only got an inkling of three years ago. But the stuff from these websites, you might want to put these down. These are all linked to my website, universaltruthschool.com. So if you've got a pen, you might want to write this down. I'm leaving this up for a bit. But most of the information that I'm telling you, you can source here. And it's Franco Collins in Sydney runs these. And he's going to, he's basically the information comes from here, so you can source that here. Now back to Boniface, our little friend. So he put that second crown on his head to up do one up on Prince Philip. So they got together, the Vatican and Prince Philip, and they destroyed the Knights Templar. But here, what happened in this year was this guy, Pope Boniface VIII, in 1302 created the first express trust in history. What's a trust? Well, the Crusaders were going off to Jerusalem, leaving their homes, their palaces and their riches behind. So they developed an idea that they would say to their most trusted friend, you, I want to hand over my estate to you in trust, and I'm off to Jerusalem, I'm fighting for Christ. That's what the Crusades are all about, isn't it? That's another story. Anyway, so when I come back, you're my best friend, you're the best person to give my property to in trust, so he becomes the trustee, the owner of the property. What would happen was some of these knights would come back, and the guy their best friend that they left these treasures with, got used to the treasures and decided that they would keep them. And guess what? The courts would not support the knights, because the trustee had the right to keep the property. That's how the trust started. It worked. They worked for most people, but for some of them, they didn't get their property back. What happened was this guy and the Catholic Church, always desiring to control with their inquisitions, decided that they would create the first express trust in history. That trust is called Unum Sanctum. What does the papal bull say that they created to stick in their vault and put their spell on that has cursed us so much, this Unum Sanctum? Mm-hmm. It says that all the world and all the souls in it are ours. Remember the right of claim? This is mine. Well, a claim of right. They made a claim of right. They rocked up, sitting on top of the world, look around, seeing all these people sleeping, got all these gold in their vaults and all this power, and they said, we own the world. Oh. And so they do, because no one has challenged that. No one has challenged Unum Sanctum, this papal bull. It's in the vaults. And it's a curse on mankind, and I'll show you how. This was the first express trust in history. So they have claimed the whole world and all the souls therein. And you will see, by virtue of your birth certificate, that that is the title of your soul that they own in their registries. They have registered you.
Y'all don't believe what the fuck I say as the creator telling me to say to y'all. Y'all gotta wait till let them hear from some white man telling y'all. I'm like this here. Truth is the truth. Period. Fuck all the bullshit. I am here to let you know about the truth, so you can see through the bullshit.
As children of God, of the universe, and not as their slaves, as people lost at sea, incompetent, because that's how they consider you when you walk into court, an incompetent, dead, with no soul, because they own it. And those black judges, who are priests of Baal, they are ecclesiastical, and I'll show you that after we go through a little bit more history. This is painful history, because if anyone of you have done their history and read a lot, you know, like through the Dark Ages, you'll know how much humanity suffered. Do you remember the Huguenots in France, the Lollards in Scotland, the Collegians, the Socinians, the Anabaptists, the Waldenses? They started around this time and everything. These guys started the Inquisition at that time because people were waking up back then. But they killed that. Then 300 years later, 200 years later, the Renaissance, that came back through the Hermetic wisdom that they were drawing from Egypt via Hermes, the Hermetica, which created all the geniuses that have ever existed, because every genius has read the Hermetica. because that's where the Bible draws all of its inspiration from. Michelangelo, they were winged on the Hermetica. What happened? Well, we're going to go through a bit of history to show how they came down on that awakening too. That Renaissance was squashed. This one ain't going to get squashed. This one, people are waking up. We shouldn't be angry about the evil that they represent. It's the fact that they are insane. They're insane. The elite families who control the Vatican and who are behind this corporation, and it's the corporation of the Apostle Peter. Because Constantine, we can go earlier than this, we can go to 325, Constantine the Great. Supposedly, hundreds of years later, they found Constantine's donation. And that donation was written to his Pope Sylvester, to his, Constantine was of course the emperor, the Pope was Sylvester, and apparently Constantine says to Sylvester in this document, St. Peter is the apostle of Jesus that Jesus gave the kingdom of this earth to, therefore we're going to claim taxes based on that, on the donation of Constantine. We're paying taxes because of that fictional document, friends. All taxes to Rome. And the elite families, the insane Khazarian and Venetian black nobility families, just like the Saxe Coburg-Gotthas, that the Windsor family, false name. These are black nobility families, bankers, bullion brokers. There's a book called Babylon's Bankers. There's a chapter in there called Monotheism, Military, Money, and Monotheism, Military, Money, Monarchies. He has exposed that this gathering, this cabal, they can't work separate from each other. A lot of people, when they see this pyramid of control, and they put the Queen on the top, and the Zionists and the Freemasons, don't understand that the Vatican and the Jesuits and the Superior General of the Jesuits actually sit on top, behind the scenes, but they work together. Then they have, that's the
And
crown.
we the people can't work the fuck together.
Then they
How
have,
fucking stupid are we?
that's the
How
crown.
fucking stupid are we?
The
You got rich motherfuckers ruling us around, and we the poor motherfuckers. Poor in mind. Yeah.
And they have their think tanks.
Poor in body.
Then they have their financial control system.
Poor in no
world
thinking
resource
for
control,
yourself.
World population control. There's a little sheep down the bottom called debt slaves. We're all dead. And we all bleed financially because they're taxing your wage. You go to work and you get taxed. Half of it goes to the government. We'll get into that a bit later. Okay, in 1455, we have a testamentary trust created. The first testamentary trust in history. That was Nicholas V, Pope Nicholas V, 1455. This was, bear in mind at the time, it's only like 20 or 30 years before Christopher Columbus sailed off
can't talk to nobody.
to discover the Americas, right? This trust, this testamentary trust, which conveyed all of this property that the Vatican claimed, the whole world, they conveyed it into this trust. It's a trust that claims all your real estate. You know those titles you have? You don't own it. You own nothing. You do not own a thing. Well, you can't anyway. They're molecules. They belong to the universe, for a start. But the Vatican knows this. They know you can't own things. You can have right of use. That's all that that title means. You will never own it. Never in this system. In this system, I mean, which is about to end. This one is called Romanus Pontifex.
All these big old fucking words and shit. That's just to confuse you even more so.
Romanus Pontifex. This one is crown. This is where the crown originated. Remember that double crown? That's going to morph into a triple crown because there are three trusts. This is the first one. There's two more to come. See that triple crown? That's called the tiara, the papal tiara, or the triregnum, the three kingdoms. What are those three kingdoms? Well, this is one of them. This is their fictional kingdom that they created. Remember Shrek and the king and his fictional characters? Same deal. Exactly the same deal. There it is in modern times. This Pope wore it. The last three popes refused to wear it. And there's Pope Boniface. That's him. That's Udante, confined to the bottommost pits of hell. And he and his successor Pope did what they did to the Knights Templar. Very important, because they stole the Knights Templar technology and corrupted it like they do with everything, for power and control. In 1481, now get this, 11 years before Columbus set sail, another trust. Now these three trusts, by the way, in the incipit of the trust, which is the introductory words of the trust, the testament, or the bull rather, it's the bull, the papal bull, the incipit says, for a perpetual remembrance. That's trust. Now, this one's called attorney. Attorney A.E., that's an A, excuse my writing. Attorney Regis, the Eternal Crown. This is Pope Sixtus, the fourth. Pope Sixtus the Fourth. And this is the second testamentary deed, trust, deed and will, the second crown of the people, which makes people slaves. This is the Commonwealth. The crown, the Commonwealth was born here. You think these are all English things, don't you? No. The Queen serves the Pope. The Vatican is the most powerful entity on this planet.
That's why they raping little boys and shit.
Accepting this.
And getting away with that shit. Because it ain't shit.
The Temple Bar, rather. I forget the year. Were granted this. This is in the city of London, the square mile. This land has no title. That is the only land in the Western Hemisphere, or you could say the world, because as you'll see, this system has spread its tentacles all around the planet, But mostly in the court systems, in the Western court systems, which I'm going to show you. So we're going to go to that now in a minute once we get off the history. So when you go to court, you will see it. You'll see who they are, those judges and magistrates. Who exactly they serve. It's not you. And there's no justice. There is no justice. That's why you wonder when you hear these outrageous things that happen in court. Innocent people speeding or something, who had some marijuana and they're in prison. My God, there's some suffering in the prisons. In 1531, convocation. The third trust. This one takes away your real estate. When you register with your birth certificate, that number is the number of these three Sestui KV trusts. Learn this word. That's the name of your enslavement. That, in Latin, is six. Six. There are three of them. That's six in Latin. That's six. There are three Sestui KVs. Sestui KV, or Setui KV. A lot of people say Setui. That's the Triple Crown. They own and sit on the crown. They are the kings of these trusts, which has taken away your real estate, your personal property, and your soul. This is for baptism, for Catholics. That's why they want baptisms. That's why they go around converting. And that has stolen and deprived us of our real wealth. These are worth about $15 million. If you've got a birth certificate in this country, in the Commonwealth of Australia, which is registered with the Securities Stock Exchange Commission in New York, you are a shareholder. Canon law, which I'm going to talk about soon, was established in this country in '83 because something happened in 1975. The Crown of Aragon, which was in England's hand, which is this crown, they had the crown. See, they were granted, this was granted to the Crown of Aragon, Isabel and Ferdinand. Well, General Franco took that when he became king in 1975, went back to Spain. It was originally for Spain, created at that time before Columbus went to America. And when Columbus comes back in '94, he signed the Tesadillos contract with the King of Portugal, with the approval of Alexander, Pope Alexander, back in Rome. So they have the title for all of the Americas. And they're just Sestwi KB accounts. That's all they are, trusts. Everything is a Sestwi KB. Everything goes back to these trusts. Now, what I'm going to show you is when you go to court, it's trust law. They're administering these priests of Baal, of Saturn, who is Satan, and remember, as Virgil said in the Aeneid, we the Latins, everyone knows, are Saturn's people. Latin, L is replaced, you just take the S away from Saturn and you put L there. Same word. Latin is Saturn, it's the same word. L is L, that's another name for Saturn. That's why you can say Latin. But the Latin Church, that's why they speak Latin. This is all Latin, and even they know they're Latin because it's Satan's church. They dress in black. They are the Grim Reapers. They are reaping our souls. The souls belong to them. I saw this the other day on the internet. I thought I'd copy that and show you. There's who they are. The Grim Reaper is black. That's why they wear black. They are ecclesiastical. We'll go through that in a minute. I saw this on the internet. Isn't that appropriate? Remember the Austin Powers? 1 million souls. Yeah. No souls are enough. They love devastating souls, sodomizing souls. How much pedophilia is in this church?
Oh, man.
How much?
How much?
It's coming down.
Yeah.
It's coming down. The Jesuits.
When a fucking kid ain't see shit fucked up. And when you got motherfuckers doing the shit and getting away with it, shit fucked up.
One of the largest settlements
what the fuck are y'all doing, police officers? And we already know FBI, y'all just a gay fucking organization because it was started by a gay motherfucker. $1 million
to hundreds of Native Americans and Alaska natives who were abused at the orders schools around the US Pacific Northwest. The settlement between more than 450 victims. Imagine if you were one of them. We don't think about it, but and how many of those people committed suicide? Those ones that are left to fight, if they've got any fight left in them after they've been sodomized and abused by these criminals. And the Oregon province of the Society of Jesuits, anyway, they apologise. The settlement is believed to be the Catholic Church's third largest in the sex abuse cases, behind the Los Angeles Diocese, which agreed to pay $660 million to 508 victims.
Why are we not seeing this in our media? Because they own the motherfucking media. The only way you're going to get any type of fucking truth if you go on the motherfucking internet and search for some of it. And it's going to tell some lies too. But you got to know exactly what you feel when you know the truth is real. When you sit down and filter it through your heart first to know what the truth is.
It is part brainwashing, yes. They've been indoctrinated. They've been indoctrinated and they've been mind controlled. It's all mind control. All of this. It's all mind control. It's all filthy mind control. In that city of London, which I'm going to show you, this is what Franco Collins is talking about. There's Jerusalem, the Holy of Holies, the Middle Temple and the Outer Temple. That's what they've done in the city of London. That's the city of London. There are 3 cities in the world that do not Well, let me put it this way. There's 3 cities in the world that run the show. DC, Washington, just a square mile, a couple of square miles. City of London, where the Temple Bar is. The Temple Bar is in there. That is the only piece of land in the world that is over and above the Vatican. Remember that? I showed you that? That's in the City of London. It has to be, because this is the inner temple. It's the same as, this is the New Jerusalem. That's why they sing the song about New Jerusalem, the most popular song in the British Commonwealth, isn't it? Because they created the New Jerusalem. They were given the New Jerusalem. There it is, in the City of London. The middle temple, the inner temple, and that's the outer temple, based on that system that the Templars brought back from Jerusalem. It's a system of slavery. Because the ones who are in the outer temple, they are the Gentiles, or the Goyim, or the scum of the earth. They're the ones that get taught exoteric religion. For instance, that Jesus Christ is pure history. When they were teaching Jesus Christ 2,000 years, 3,000, 4,000, who knows how many thousand years, in India as Krishna, his name was Yes Krishna, and in Egypt as Horus, and he wasn't historical. They made it up. The Romans did that, the Julian family did that, and the Puritan. They made it up. The Romans did that, the Julian family did that, and the Piso family. This is a guy, Roman Piso, elite. This is one of the elites of the world. This is one of the richest of these families. They invented the whole historical thing. And put it into the Bible so that it would appear to be history, so that they could keep people in the outer temple and then enslave them. This is the New Jerusalem, guys, that has enslaved us. And that's why the judges refuse to have any kind of conscience and any kind of love and any kind of justice in their courts. They know they've got no right to send little boys into the prison. Why do they send them to prison? Because they're getting commission. They get $160,000 because they create what's called a constructive trust. When you go to court, they make a constructive trust. And you're going in as the beneficiary of the trust, of the Sestwi KB trust that has stolen all of your wealth, all of it. You have nothing until we collapse the trust, and that's what Serena's going to be doing in the second half. She's going to teach how to collapse these trusts. This is the 666, the mark of the beast, the mark of the fool. Because if you're foolish enough as a parent to say, oh, there's my little boy born and the government says you've got to register him, or will inform, the hospitals get $2,000 fee for registering him. That's why the nurses are there. You're going to register him? Yes, register. What does register mean? Well, I know what that means. That means king. You're giving over to the king. All capital is a fiction. It's a corporation. And it's connected to this. This is why a lot of people go to court and don't understand why they lose. They don't understand what's going on, the jargon. Well, you're going to get that. You're going to get that now. First, I want to show you a couple of pictures. That is 1968. That's the Pope. That's Pope Pius IX. That's an army. This is a picture that the Vatican would not like you to see. Comes out of Tony Bushby's book. He's another Australian who's written a lot about the Vatican, the papal billions. That is 1571, I believe. I don't have the information for that. I forget who was the famous painter. I think that's the Bay of Naples. There's 200 warships there. You know who owns those warships? They're on their way to fight against Turkey in 1571, an Inquisition, a crusade. That's the Pope. Look at those ships. That's only a part of the Navy. That has more than the US Navy. The Pentagon. They're still doing it. The Inquisition's on, man. It's George Bush and his buddies. They're going for the Pope. That's a sheriff. That's a New South Wales sheriff. That cross is their ecclesiastical duties. They are officers of the Inquisition. This is an officer of the Inquisition, people. He's telling you. Same cross that these Christians, Christopher Columbus, when he landed on the Caribbeans, they wrote letters back to Spain saying there were 3 million people on this island, there's only 200 left. Because Columbus has gone mad, killing people. He was murdering people left, right and centre. They were having an orgy of killing people that didn't repent and choose Christ. An orgy. And the Inquisition went to the American shores. That's Pope Julius being stoned. This is a famous painting, by the way, being stoned by Matthew, Mark, Luke and John for how evil he was. Pope Julius, good old Michelangelo gave us a nice little picture of Pope Julius sitting on the toilet seat for how much he loved him. There's good reason why I'm showing you all these pictures. That's what Michelangelo, that's one of his sketches, Pope Julius, for how evil he was.
And all these people are the people who created your Bible. All these people are the people who read all your literature.
For the same Pope.
All the shit that you believe in, knowing that you believe in, to know is a bunch of bullshit that y'all don't even know. Y'all just believe in what y'all was taught to.
SS officers?
We all was. We all was. We gotta live in that goal of life. We gotta live for the truth. Gotta live from our heart. The only part of us that's smart. Because it always do what it's supposed to do. It always pumps the blood. It never sucks.
He'll stay home, eating his bread and cheese and champagne and caviar. Yeah, no worries. Look at that. That's a famous picture. There you go. Pope Kelly. There's a reason why I want to show you that. I want to share that with you guys. Now, let's get into this. What I'm going to do now is show you how the course works. All ecclesiastic. Okay, and this is very sad, but you need to know that it's cruel, it's absolutely cruel that four young boys that go in to court with a lawyer. The lawyer's working for the 70 KB account. The prosecution is, the clerk is, and the judge is. And you bring a lawyer with you to prove that you're a ward of the state, that you're lost at sea. So you need a 70 KB account, someone to manage all your wealth. They've stolen a court. So let's make
all this bullshit.
The judge here, the clerk over here.
Nah, I don't have to listen to you.
And the prosecution. Okay?
Who are you?
Every trust has a trustee.
He's not my trustee.
A executor.
I'm not no award to y'all fucking speak.
And the beneficiary.
Y'all lied to my mama and my daddy when y'all made that birth certificate and social security call for me.
Okay. That's the owner. This guy executes. Sign. And this guy is the beneficiary. That's you. You're the beneficiary of the necessity code for the trust. Right? Now, why they bring you to court is because they want to create a constructive trust with the presumption, with the knowing that you're already a slave of the system by virtue of your name. That's why the judge, the first thing he says is, what is your name? For the record, can we have your name? What's that name? The moment you give him that name and agree to be that name, you bring life to the Sesame KV Trust, and he's got you, because he wants to change roles with you. The clerk...
What'd you say, homie? What's going on with you, homie?
What's up, Mary?
Ain't nothing. I'm finding out a whole bunch of shit these white people laying up there. That's why I'm screaming on both channels right now. They putting out all the truth now, and I've been saying this shit. But I'm not gonna be the one to say I told you so to nobody. Yo. Huh? No, nope. Like I said again, I don't stay with nobody. I kick everybody. I ain't lying. Like I said again, I'm just telling you the truth. I kick everybody. I don't live there and let nobody stay along with me while I'm trying to scream my move. Because all you gotta do is look at their KD and they're gonna tell you exactly what they're about to do. Dog, like I told you, dog, I ain't got no time to be playing with nobody about nothing. I'm about the truth. I'm not about no bullshit no more. I did that already. Been there. Cause I'm like as hell. The whole thing boils down to when the shit hit the fucking fan, what you gonna do? See, and the quicker you kick them out, the quicker you keep them from bringing all the different people in. Because all they want to do is bring their friends in to turn a peaceful session non-peaceful. I just want to play the game peacefully. I don't want to play the game like you want to play the game. So you don't come in here and change how I'm playing the game. I ain't come in and change how you playing the game. So you don't come in and change how I'm playing the game. So like I tell them, truth is the truth. Want to do that? Why you kick me? So I wouldn't give you no reason for you to do nothing stupid. So you not being in a session with me don't give you no reason to do nothing stupid, because you ain't in there to be stupid. Go somewhere else and do whatever you about to go do. You can do somewhere else. Go do you. I'm doing me. I don't need you to come in here and do me too. Literally. Alright. Call for Molly Moore. Molly Moore.
Here is the trustee, not the judge. This guy's the administrator of the trust. He's just the administrator, the judge. You are the beneficiary. This guy, the prosecution, I should have put the prosecution inside the circle, is executor. I think I've confused that, but it doesn't matter. He's the executor. He's got all the liability. He's the one that created got the writ created to get you into court and summons. Because what they want you to do is appear in court, accept that you are the name. Oh, we've found the beneficiary, right? And then he's going to swap roles with you and be the beneficiary and get you to execute your own sentence. Now, if you think I'm stretching that a little bit, basically everything that goes on in court is the sacrament of penance. What's the sacrament of penance? We've forgotten. But these guys, these guys here well knew what the sacrament of penance was, because that's what brought them in here. The sacrament of penance is, if you're a dirty, rotten sinner, we're all sinners. Sin, 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 sin. But God's merciful. Oh, he's lovely. He forgives. So you've got this treasury of credits up there in heaven. What we're going to do is we're going to administer those credits. We're going to administer them, and it's penance. And you pay. And the system works on the confession. It's all the confession. You go to court to confess your sins and pay for them. That's penance. Every single thing in court runs as a church does, in confession. And you go in there to confess and accuse yourself. Penance is a sacrament. In the new law instituted by Christ, in which forgiveness, this comes from the Catholic Church. Listen to this. This is from I've just ripped this off the Catholic Wiki Encyclopedia on the net last night. Of the new law instituted, penance is a sacrament of the new law instituted by Christ, in which forgiveness of sins committed after baptism is granted through the priest's absolution to those who, with true sorrow, confess their sins and promise to satisfy for the same. It is called a sacrament, not simply a function of ceremony, because it is an outward sign instituted by Christ to impart grace to the soul. As an outward sign, it comprises the actions of the penitent in presenting himself to the priest and accusing himself of his sins, and the actions of the priest in pronouncing absolution and imposing satisfaction. The whole procedure is usually called, from one of its parts, confession. That's what you're doing when you go to court. I'll show you this. It's all in the wording. It's still there. It's in the wording. Look at the word, and there it is. You watch. Because it is a judicial process in which the penitent is the accuser, the person accused, and the witness. Remember this, because that's how the Inquisition ran, and that's how courts work. It's exactly the same thing. It's morphed, but it hasn't changed in its nature. So you become the person accused, the accuser, and the witness. They're saying it. While the priest pronounces judgment and sentence. The judge. The grace conferred is deliverance from guilt and sin, and in the case of mortal sin, from its eternal punishment, hence also reconciliation with God, justification. That's the sentence. Finally, the confession is made not in the secrecy of the penitent's heart, nor to the layman as friend and advocate, nor to the representative of human authority, but to a duly ordained priest with requisite jurisdiction and with the power of the king, the power to forgive sins which Christ granted to his church. Now I'm going to talk about another thing here, indulgences. Remember I mentioned those from the same encyclopedia. In Catholic theology, an indulgence is the full or partial remission of temporal punishments due for sins which have already been forgiven. Of course, God forgives, but you're a sinner, and we'll manage that for you.
But that's all it is. God that you're believing.
That's all it is, guys. And they are the priests of Baal. The temple Baal is Baal. Baal is Saturn. It's the church of Satan. They're the Grim Reapers in black. Excuse me for that. In Catholic theology, an indulgence is the full or partial remission of temporal punishment due to sins which have already been forgiven. The indulgence is granted by the Catholic Church after the sinner has confessed and received absolution.
We don't have no religion. We have what we know, dealing with being here with the Creator. Those of you who do know, they don't believe in some bullshit that was taught to the fucking kids. We were taught to believe in Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, and Tooth Fairy. What else was lies for us to believe in? I'm just trying to say.
And this was developed by the Jesuits in the 1500s with the backing of the Venetians who created the Jesuits. The Jesuits rule the world. They do. A court.
And you just heard the black dude telling you exactly how they created all this bullshit.
That's where you can.
So all I'm doing is giving you a little bit of scholars, people that went to school. Since I can't read or write, nobody think I know what I'm talking about. They think I'm a fool. But I'm just trying to let you know. I'll never be that one that say I told you so.
The judge.
Because I just want you to know the truth.
What's an ordinary? An officer.
That's my love for you. Is for you to know. Fuck this believing bullshit. That's some bullshit that we was taught to do as children.
That's what the
we ain't
judge
children
is,
no
an
more.
ordinary. A case. What's the case? We're going to hear a case today. Hear a case?
Bring out the
Forgive
body.
me, Father, for I have sinned. Yes. Tell me what you've done. That's what it is. That's why you would never.
Your father, I did not sin, bitch.
When you go to church, when you go to Baal's church, when you go to court, Cortio, which means.
They want me. That's why they want me to plead out. Fuck y'all. I ain't pleading out. We gonna lay up there and fight this shit here. I want to see my accuser. I got my videotape, Walmart. Why you don't want to give up your videotape so people can see exactly what the fuck happened in Walmart?
Comes from, well, there's no W in Latin. Doesn't exist. Well, it used to be. It's a right. It's a religious right. Comes from, well, there's no W in Latin. Doesn't exist. Well, it used to be. It's a right. It's a religious right. Because the, let me say this correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. The scribe and a notary. What's a scribe and a notary? He makes the writs. He puts the curse on you. The summons, whatever it is. A bill, Telstra. It comes from a writ, right? And the scrivener, scribe, verne, from verne Latin, is, guess what? Our little friend, the indulgence. That's an indulgence. The writer of indulgences. They're telling you in your face, and we don't see it. A warrant. What's a warrant? Well, it seals the writ. It seals the writ. So it indemnifies the king and the queen from being sued if they lose. That's what a warrant is.
Wow.
Warrant comes from seal of the writ and is a form of indulgence. Hearing. Well, I've already gone through that. It's a confession. That's what a hearing is. Isn't this sick? Don't you think? It makes you sick. It makes you sick. And that's what's going on. And it's run by insane people. Oh, what's a sentence? It's penitence. Penance. Absolution. Prison or a fine. Prosecutor. Prosecutus. 3 words. Prosecutus. The skin. Pro. Self. Present. It's representing one's own flesh, or a person who is claiming to be you, making a self-accusation. So those warrants that come to your house or whatever, they are prosecuted, right? So they're claiming to be you. They're just using that name on the trust. Attorney, turnover. Attorney tells you, I turn you over.
Yep, I know.
That's what it means.
I know now.
You bring an attorney.
I don't need no fucking attorney. I don't need to turn myself over to no motherfucking liar called a lawyer. Fuck you. I know the truth, you bitches.
They work for the same guy. They're all getting commissions. That's why the prosecution is always required to bring their checkbook to court. Because if they can't get you to swap roles with him, you become the trustee, he becomes the beneficiary, and get you to prosecute your own sentence. If they can't do that, they bear the liability. They're going surety for it. They're prosecuting. So they're bringing the liability. They're charging your trust account. So,
because they want you to cancel out. They want you to kill yourself so they can take in full control of your account and get all your motherfucking money because you're dead. They're trying to suffer you out, people. I'm like this here. I already committed suicide once. I never do that again. Because I know the truth is, you ain't gonna die until it's time for you to go. So you might as well tell the motherfucking truth before you go. And then you'll leave something back for people to know that you didn't bullshit with the bullshit that you've been taught to be stupid and bullshit in with the rest of the people that's being stupid, being bullshit in it. Because every time I think about Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the motherfucking Tooth Fairy, I think about getting on my motherfucking knees and saying, Our Father who art in heaven. Now knowing that I'm supposed to have a father here on earth. If my mom and my daddy is putting in true fucking work before they come together in the Creator's original name, love, to create one of the same of each other, being me. Come on, people. This is fucked up, man. Shit almost make me want to motherfucking cry. This shit's so fucked up.
And spearheading this
I got a motherfucking smart tab that's been stupid and can't bring the bitch back to Walmart because they took my fucking receipt when they put me in jail for filming a documentary about how fucking racist they bitches ass is on bringing something back on a return. I just wanted to show them something, and when I told them that I ain't going nowhere, I'm waiting for the police to come, because I was going to explain to the police that I was doing a fucking documentary. But the police left there and showed me that my documentary on Walmart included the fucking police department in Houston Harris County, because they end up showing me excessive force when a person in a wheelchair ends up on the ground and hurt and thrown in jail. Cruel, unusual motherfucking punishment. I'm just saying.
Plaintiff or defendant, but our experience reveals that he does indeed favour the plaintiff, indicating a glaring conflict of interest. That the prosecutor, judge and clerk all work for the state, the owner of the Sestwi KB Trust. So, as the case is not about justice, it is about administration of a trust. They all represent the trust owned by the state, and if we are beneficiary, the only two positions left are trustee and executor. There's only three positions connected to these trusts. And the state, the Vatican, owns them. So if you detect the judge's impartiality, although I doubt the case will get this far, you might want to let him know that you know this. If you consider court as entertainment, and if you can stand the evil emanating from its officers, the fear, the angst oozing from the walls, and the treacherous atmosphere, then go.
That's how I feel when I go too.
Under trust law, we cannot be trustee or executor of a trust, while being beneficiary, as that would be a conflict. The position of beneficiary may lack clout, but the other positions hold liability. Remember, he brings the writ, he brings the case to court, the hearing, come and confess, you've been accused, talk to the judge, talk to the priest of bail, he's dressed in black there all for you, monetising sin, pay, because what they do is they dip into our Sestwi KB accounts because they've got our numbers. There's three numbers: birth certificate number, tax file number, and social security number. They are the three main numbers. There are other numbers. They're the numbers that follow you around all your life for 75 years. That's why they demand that you retire before 75, because these birth certificates, they only run 75 years. Because it's all about banking. This is also about banking, guys. Thank you very much. Say no more. The Rothschilds, they want their banks, they want these Sestwi KBs going, 666, the mark of the beast. They want it all around the world, and they think they're going to bring in the New World Order. This is the New World Order.
They can't.
Because as it morphs,
they can't.
Remember Constantine and the Julian evil? How did Julius Caesar get to power? He ran fire departments in Rome, and if you didn't pay,
you burned down. You burned down. And the act of nature, they quick to be hiding some act of nature bullshit. One thing about nature don't act up to hurt the fucking people. We the reason why the earth motherfucking react any motherfucking way, because we are like a disease to the planet, because we cover the motherfucker with every fucking thing like cement.
They've been running the Hudson Bay Company and the East India Company, selling drugs to the Chinese. They're pirates. They ran the pirates. She's the queen of pirates. They hire mercenaries. They hire inquisitional soldiers. These guys are dupes. These guys think they're doing their job and they're doing something good. They've got the afterlife to deal with after they've been persecuted.
Yep. And it ain't got nothing to do with the Creator that loves you unconditionally. No. Where you gonna go for what you do right now is you being judged right now by your heart, by you right now. So when you do the dirt that you putting down, when the dirt come back around to catch you, it's coming back on you, not twice, not four times 8 to make it too hard for you to deal with. So when you be judged by you gonna know where you need to be at. So you coming back to something worse than a hell could ever be for you, you gonna be them brought that there on you.
On the same planet.
It's all about the love,
And
baby.
the guy who shot
Because
this
love
girl,
unconditionally, the creator, is only one way. Love never hates.
That's a famous picture.
You do that. You stop the creator's way of love when you start to fucking hate. Period. That's why I love you more than you love you.
System has
But I dislike a lot of things that people do. But I give them a pass because it was taught to be stupid. And a lot of us are stuck on stupid, don't want to be straight. Because we know that straight gonna show that we've been stupid for a long time, and we just don't want to see that shit like that today. But the truth is just that, the motherfucking truth.
Example, John Doe is called by the judge ACCA administrator, ACCA trustee. You can stand and ask, are you saying that the trust which we are now administering is the John Doe Trust, Your Honour? And you watch him turn white. The moment you, what's the word? In the moment you just show an inkling of that knowledge,
Yep.
because they are hiding this fact, they are denying that they're operating trust law. We can stand up, okay, this establishes that we know that the name is a trust, not a live man. What's the judge's first question? What is your name? State your name for the record. We must be very careful not to identify with the name of the trust, because doing so makes us the trustee. What does this tell you about the judge? If we know that the judge is the trustee, then we know that the judge is the name. But only for this particular constructive trust, which is the case. Prosecution, it's a hearing, it's in the Inquisition. Now, think about all the times that the judge have become so frustrated by our refusal to admit to being the name that they issue a warrant, and then as soon as the man leaves, he is arrested. How idiotic is that? They must feel foolish for saying John Doe is not in the court, so I'm issuing a warrant for his arrest, and then the man whom they just admitted is not there is arrested because he is there. That's how it works. This personal fiction is disgusting. Their desperation makes them insane. They must get us to admit to being the name, or they pay. Remember, he's got to bring his checkbook along, man, because he has to pay.
Oh, I'm not that name, dude.
If he fails to shift the liability over to us, and we prosecute.
I'm not the name.
And we sign. That's we execute our own sentence.
I'm not signing to shit no more. Fuck that. Take me to jail.
This is beautiful, what you're going to learn here.
Take me to
This
jail.
is really,
I ain't
really
signing to shit. I ain't got no fear of
They
jail no
must
more.
get us to admit to being the name, or they
I ain't
pay,
saying
and
shit.
we must not accept their coercion, or
No.
we pay.
Yep, I ain't saying
Because
shit.
the judge is the trustee,
Yep,
a
they
precarious position. The best thing to say
That's why.
is John
That's
Doe
why they don't listen
is
to nothing
indeed
that you
in the
saying.
court, Your Honour. Point to the judge. It is you, as trustee. You are John Doe today, aren't you? Why not? Why not? We have dominion. We are men and women.
No.
We're not persons.
No,
We're not.
we're not.
We can't keep
We're
going
not.
with the fiction. Why? Why would you? It's insane. During their first,
Cause I ain't do shit to be in fucking jail, so I ain't did shit to have to pay nobody for nothing either. They should be paying me, and I'm about to show them that you should be paying me, cause what they did is fucking foul. I went to jail.
before we go,
They thought about what they were gonna charge me with, and once they realized that I was taping the shit, they fuck around and turned one of my recorders off. One of them kept going, so I got my fucking.
KB Trust owned by
Whew.
the state
Calm
province.
down, my horse already.
Are you the Sesame KB trustee who has appointed this judge as a trustee for
I
the
got
Sesame
mine.
KB Trust owned by the state province?
I got my
Are
evidence
you the Sesame KB trustee
That's all I
who
can
has
say.
appointed this judge
got my
as
evidence
administrator
on what
and
happened that
trustee
day.
of the constructive trust
Walmart,
case?
you going to show your evidence, partner.
Did you
I got mine.
also appoint
Walmart,
the
you gonna
prosecutor
show your
as
evidence, partner.
executor?
Oh, I can't wait to go up in that
Did you
courtroom.
also appoint the prosecutor as executor of this constructive trust, then point to the judge? So you are the trustee, then point to the prosecutor. You are the executor, are you not? And I'm the beneficiary. So now we know who's who, and as beneficiary, I authorise you to handle the accounting and dissolve this constructive trust. You have the power to do that. Dissolve this hearing. I don't want to accuse. I'm not into sin. I'm divine. I'm from heaven.
No.
One heaven.
I'm not from heaven, nigga.
I'm a
Shit.
spirit. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
the
from
dead.
heaven. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I did.
Uh,
My bad, love.
this is
My
what they
bad,
consider
love.
us.
My bad, love.
This is how I do
I
it.
got past myself
Lost
for a second
at
there.
sea,
Yes,
abandoned,
we all
trivial,
from
minor,
your divine.
incompetent,
We all
void of
from
state,
your divine.
etc.
You being
Because that's why they
created
made it.
from nothing
They
but a
made it
feeling
for
of being
void of state.
alone,
Someone
and
who's
you
incompetent,
created
like someone's,
all that you created before
say
creating
like
us, the
I'm
conscious
a
thinking
very
humans
severely
to be
and
in.
mentally
Boy,
handicapped
it's
person
fire
whose
when you
parents
know the
died,
truth is and not
his
believing in
public
some
said to him,
bullshit.
"Oh, I'll look after him. I'll look after him. Everything's in trust, and because he loves him and he takes care of him." Yes. Yeah. Oh, I went through some words, didn't I? That was just a bunch of words, guys. It's all there. Look, you'll see it. It's the Inquisition. I'll just finish up this. I now claim my body, so I am collapsing the Sesame KB trust which you have charged, as there is no value in
Can't
it.
get my money.
You've committed fraud against all laws.
Get my money.
Likely we will not get to hear that before the judge will order case dismissed. Or even more likely, the PE, as he clings tightly to his checkbook, will call, "We withdraw the charges." You watch it and see it happen, guys. Yes. Oh, yes. There's hundreds and thousands of people doing this and getting and doing it. There's a video clip on
Yeah, I seen a video clip. They cutting them off, though. They cutting them off. They cutting them off.
loveforlife.com. Do you know that one? Go to it. Have a look at this guy.
Love for Life?
In 5 minutes, the judge has walked out the door. Why does the judge walk out and have a recess? Do you know why? I'll just finish off with this really quickly. 3 forms of law in the court. When you go to court and the magistrates, you get UCC. First up, commercial law. They can only fine you here. You can only get a fine. When the judge has a recess, he's not telling you what he's doing. He's changing the form of law. And you can go to prison in canon law. That's the Vatican. That's canon law. It's not common law. It's admiralty
Canon law. That's why I say it look like a ship when you go to court.
Admiralty law. This is the second form of law. This is the first one. The third is Talmudic. From the Bible. This gives them the priest to send, this gives them the authorities, the priests of Baal, to send you to your sentence of death. Here they can send you to jail. That's why he runs out of court. You'll see the judge in that video clip on the website, loveforlife.com or .org, whatever, you'll find it. And go down and have a look at the guy, and you'll see how the judge goes, because he got frustrated with this guy. The guy just refused to give him his name. He said, "Are you John Doe?" And he goes, "I'm John." I'll repeat, "Are you John Doe?" He says, "I'm John." "Do you have a family name?" He says, "Oh, I have a family name, but that's not important for today. John will do. I'm here to offer remedy." And the judge got so angry. He said, "Sit down!" He's basically yelling. He's telling his dukes, his bailiffs,
Yeah. And they ain't touching me either.
To
Sit him down.
and
Just sit him
throw
down.
out of the court.
Yep. Sit him
And
down.
he says, "Don't do that. You'll be dishonouring a court official," because he'd already given his documents to the bailiff. And once those documents are on that bench, that's it. They can dishonour that, and it's very, very dangerous. Anyway, the judge got frustrated. He goes, "We're going to have a recess." And the guy says, "How long? I haven't got all day. How long are you going to be?" And anyway, the judge opens the door and walks out. Just as he walked out, he realised, he says, "The judge has jumped ship," because that's what this is, a ship. Remember, it's admiralty. It's the law of the high seas. He's in his ship. He's in his boat. So he immediately announced, he said, "For the record, the judge has jumped ship. He's abandoned ship. I, as a sovereign in this court, take authority. Case closed with prejudice. Have a nice day." And just walked out. Okay? This is the power you've got. If they adjourn the case, that's fine. It stays in the same court. If the judge says we're going to have a recess, that's when you step in and you say, "Your Honour, I don't consent. Because it's an offer. They're administering the trust. You don't have to go to jail. You don't have to consent. The jail is just merchandising.
View that phone, man.
A warehouse.
I see people playing with me with that court
Where they
shit.
store the goods. That's
What
all it
shit?
is. You're just
We're
the
dealing with that
goods.
court
You are the
shit.
goods.
The cold shit.
The court, dealing with that you know, you know,
So
you know how I gotta go to
that's
court
the
for that
power you don't
That's
consent.
November though.
I know, but I'm just saying.
You can
I know now what they're
relay to
doing.
the judge
You see what I'm saying?
if you want to have an appeal, if you say to the judge, I seek an appeal for I seek leave for an interlocutory appeal on a matter of law. Remember that sentence. I seek leave for an interlocutory appeal on a matter of law. If you say that, then the judge is going to be very, very reluctant to let you go to appeal, because then he misses out on his commission. It's all about commissions. OME, as you will see, because it has morphed as it's gone through the ages with the backing of the Roman cult and a very, very dark priesthood, who through their sorcery and evil and their papal bulls, they seal those papal bulls, they put a spell on them, they put them in their vaults,
I know.
and what
Yeah, that's right.
is written on those papal bulls goes. Why? Well, because they're sorcerers. And because when you make a
I
claim
don't want
of
to do nothing on here.
rights, law means, hey,
Look like you were doing something, you forgot to finish it. I don't know if you, I don't want to.
these are mine. I'm claiming
Look
the
like you were
goods.
doing something, you forgot
I've
to
got the
finish it.
highest claim of right because they're in my hands. I brought them here. The evidence is there. So they're mine. What the Catholic Church did in 1302, very, 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 very powerful date in history. Pope Boniface VIII very similar to my name, by the way. My name is Bonacci, and that is, bon means good. Now get this, right? Face means to do in Latin. Do-gooder. This guy was a contemporary of Dante Alighieri. Dante Alighieri, who wrote Paradise, someone help me, the Divine Comedy. He condemned this guy to the bottommost parts of hell for how wicked Pope Boniface is, and you're going to see. This there's his tombstone. You see the crown? It's a double crown. Put that on because King Philip in France had a crown. And Prince Philip was a nasty, nasty guy. He's the one who in 1307, get these dates, they destroyed the Knights Templar. They had to, because they were rivals. And they were doing things the right way, the original Knights Templar. That's when Philip and Clement, the Pope, after Boniface, they had Jacques de Molay in prison for 7 years. They smashed every bone in his body. They blinded him with hot irons, roasted his testicles in oil. They did everything to that man with their little devices. This is the sort of devices
That they show now.
that the Roman cult has used for a long, long time, and they're still using them in a spiritual sense in the courts. And I'm going to show you this. The courts are run by these people. Everything that happens in court is ecclesiastical. Everything. I know a few of you know this, so it's not a surprise, but some of you may not. But what I'm teaching tonight, I only got an inkling of three years ago. But the stuff from these websites, you might want to put these down.
It's like I said once before. I'm not gonna beat nobody to say I told you so. That's why I'm getting you to get it from two fucking points of view from scholars just like you that done went to school and went through college and went through all the different bullshit to get to where they getting to be right now, telling you the shit that they telling you right now. Because I'm just saying one thing. If we don't come together to solve some of the bullshit that's going on, the shit ain't gonna do nothing but get fucking worse. I'm just saying.
They got knowledge and power. No. To me, they ain't no different from the damn boule. They're trying to conform to the white man's law. And I don't care how much the white man is, the white man that, how much shit they kick about black power and everything like that. This is what they're trying to do. Plain and simple. Go into the court, you say this to the judge, you speak this way, and he gonna let you go. The law ain't gonna work for you. We just conforming to their shit. So when you pay attention, you can see it. They got double-crossed all across the board. Plain and simple. You don't see no Arabs running around claiming to be Moors. You don't see them running around throwing that Moor stuff up, talking about being Moors and claiming to be Moors. Everybody know Moor meant black and that the Moors was black. So when you go back and look at all of the conquering that the Moors did, there were Moorish kings, of course. And they did so much conquering, but they was working for the damn Romans. And that's what it was. They was allowing these Moors to go out and enslave white women and sell them into sex trades and all kinds of shit. The Moors was running around doing all the dirty work. But you don't see, again, no Arabs claiming to be Moors. So when you look up the definition and see that Moors are supposed to be Arabs, since when? Since when? They know for a fact that the Moors was black and that they put them in with the Muslims because the Muslims had the numbers and the Moors had the knowledge. And they went out and they conquered for the Romans. And then the Romans double-crossed them. When they conquered and took Spain, they put Ferdinand and Isabella on the throne, answering to Rome. As I talked about before, Columbus was a Roman, even though they answered to them, to Ferdinand and Isabella. This was all under Rome. Rome double-crossed them and basically removed them from power and slowly instilled all their people into power. Again, look at North Africa. Why is all those regions so mixed? It's not ran by black people. It's not ran by Africans, true Africans, dark-skinned people. It's ran by the mixture of these Romans coming in, mixing with these Berbers, mixing with these Arabs and Africans. But the person who's at the top is Rome and running the whole thing. So they thought by coming to America and doing some kind of deal or agreement with America that they was going to get some kind of prize, some kind of status, when they got double-crossed, wiped out, and they put in place in Morocco and these other places their people. They got rid of the black faces. You go back and look at everything, you hear people talking about the first president being black and he was a Moor and everything like that. All this stuff goes back to the Moors. All this stuff you got to look at and understand that they was double-crossed, and this is what they're talking about. But their motive, plain and simple, their agenda was the slavery of other African people for their own financial gain or their own political gain or their own benefit of them being in some kind of position of power. That's what it was. And they've been working that power for a long time. They understand that you have groups out there that's willing to selling people out in exchange for money. So this is one of the things I believe that Malcolm X found out about the Nation of Islam. You hear a lot of people talking about the Nation of Islam basically being run by the Jews. And I believe that has been going on for a while. You go back and look at the meetings and the KKK sitting in, or the neo-Nazis sitting in.
No, it got that cold. I can go smoking here.
What do they have to talk? What are these people doing sitting here when you see that swastika?
I mean,
what do they have to talk about? There's nothing to talk about. So I believe this is one of the things that Malcolm X found out about, and that's why he got out. That's why he got out. What other reason
so that's why
he
got
had
cold.
to get out?
I went the wrong way.
He went to Africa. He went to Egypt. He seen what was there. He seen what was there. And he understood how Islam was done.
I'm trying to tell you, Dave, when it started raining, it got cold in here.
He got out. But he also
so I went in there, turned down and down, and it got colder.
Who they was really working with,
that
they felt it was so much of a threat.
But I turned it up.
plain and simple, because they didn't allow him to give that full speech. When he came out there to talk, who knows what he was going to say?
Like I said again,
they killed him.
I ain't got to the point where I was getting ready to get blanket
But maybe
down.
he would have came out and said, "Hey, who these people are and what they doing."
No.
It's not a coincidence.
But she came.
Now, don't get me wrong.
She came in.
I listened to so many Farrakhan speeches. Farrakhan speaks well, and he says the right stuff. Trust me.
Like I said, he said
But he's at that age now, and they let him be. But
So she got some new shit.
you can't get to that age
I hope he help.